How are we doing, everyone? It is Monday today. Hope everyone is doing alright today. Now, today I was originally planning to do nothing, and then I started to do something because my laptop has had a bit of a meltdown. This is important because my laptop has all of the files on it that I put onto my phone, all of my music, etc, etc. And now my laptop won't turn on. It physically will not start. It's basically stuck in sleep mode, which has posed me with a problem because I need to update my phone's software. And if I do that, it completely wipes the phone. So that means that if I update the software, it wipes my phone, and then I can't put all of my music back on there because it's all on my laptop, which won't start. And that's important because I need the music on my phone so that I can play along when I'm drumming. So I have spent the majority of my day trying to work out what I can do, because basically what I did was I backed up my phone to this computer, and it turns out that backing up your phone doesn't include backing up the music for some reason. So when I thought I've just backed up my phone, it then proceeded to wipe my phone, and I wasn't able to retrieve any of the music. So I have spent all day pretty much trying to get the music back onto my phone, or actually to get the music onto this computer just here, so that I can then transfer it back to my phone once I've updated it. And it wasn't looking good. I was a bit dejected after I wiped my phone accidentally. But then I remembered I have an iPod as well, which has got all of my music on there. So this was a kind of a high-risk strategy, because it would either resolve with my iPod being wiped, which would leave me with nothing, or I would be able to transfer the music onto the computer. Which do you think happened? I'll tell you. It's on there! Oh, yes it is, and it's absolutely brilliant. Really glad to have it on there. Oh. And you know, I was a bit stressed for a while. I didn't think it would sort itself out, but it did, and that's epic. I just need to fill in a few more bits of album information and stuff like that, and then we're good. So that's what I've done with my day. What have you done with your day? Anything as technologically amazing as what I've done with mine? Possibly. I don't know. This is the problem with Apple. By making things easier and better to use, they make things harder and worse to use. How well ago it was upon keinen Sohn, and jetzt und als auf eine Sohn Hulse. Alles dann unten und das wird da und es ist ein Sohn da. Also schon uns oder so ein oder und halbes. Also es ist who he did the past Take two. Hi everyone, how are we doing? Hope everyone's alright today. It's Tuesday, the whatever it is of February. Hope everyone's doing alright today. I had a driving lesson this morning that went phenomenally well, actually. I don't know if it's the best lesson I've had, it's certainly a very good one. And I believe that did my shoe just whistle? I believe that's due mostly in part to the driving I did on the weekend with my parents, getting a bit of practicing, boosting my confidence and stuff. For all the reasons that I told you about the other day, walking home from work. So it was a really good lesson all in all, which is wonderful. Now we're on our way out. We're going to meet Liam. I'd forgotten that actually we're supposed to be meeting Liam today, because we only arranged it the other day and I forgot. But basically, long story short, Liam's moving away. He's moving to Portsmouth, I believe. Which is a bit of a shame because it's a bit far away. But, you know, if he's what he wants to do, that's fine. He's going to have a great time down there, I know it anyway, so he'll be alright. So this is actually the last chance I'm going to have to meet up with him before he moves, because I think he moves on the 24th, I think he said. He's having like farewell drinks on Friday, but of course the fickle hand of fate hath decided that I should work on Friday. So yeah, basically that's where we're doing now. We're off to Bromley to go meet Liam, and we'll have a lovely time. I'm gonna see you a little bit later on though. Probably, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we'll find out. Being the giddy goat that I am, I've left my iPod indoors. So it's going to be a long, quiet walk for me. It didn't even matter. If I'd have just bought headphones, I could have used my phone. Thanks to the magic of circumventing, I was able to get everything synced onto my phone nice and good, and it all works, which is phenomenal. Because of course part of the battle is getting it from the iPod onto the computer and it working on the computer. That part was fine. The other half of the battle is getting it onto the phone and seeing if it works off of the phone, which it did. Which, like I say, is wonderful. But of course, I have no headphones. And so I could just walk down the road blaring my music out, but it's windy. All the sound will get carried away. And it's open, so all the sound will get carried away. So there's no point, really. Which is fine, actually, you know, that's alright, I'll be okay. You know, I can look after myself. Having said that, I appear to have also neglected to do anything with my hair, to wash my eyes. I just stopped looking after myself today, which is a shame, but whatever. Was there something else I meant to tell you? I cannot remember. Oops, sorry, just ran you through a bush. I don't think there was anything else actually. I'm however going to put some gloves on, just because my hands might get slightly chilly whilst we're out today, but they might not. We don't know these things. We can only suppose, and I suppose that actually I'm going to need gloves. So I'll see you a bit later, for real this time. So I've seen a lot of learner cars while I've been on this walk into Bromley, and I'm assuming that means it's a sign or something that I should probably tell you about how my lesson went. And you know, other than saying, hey, it went well, let me tell you about what we actually did for a change. So today's lesson was focusing mainly on manoeuvres, because I haven't done a great deal of that, and when I have done them, they haven't been too hot. Manoeuvres, things like the parallel park, reversing around a corner, and bay parking. So like when you go into a car park and park in the space there. That's what we covered today. Oh, and the emergency stop. The emergency stop at last. And it took a while to get into the swing of it. I was never really any good at parallel parking until today. Always kind of sucked at it. Like reversing into your parallel parking manoeuvre. Going forwards is a bit easier, because you can use the going forwards to kind of get yourself lined up and sorted out, and then reverse to just polish it off. Doing it the other way around is a lot harder, because you've got to do the hard part whilst looking around and, you know, not hitting things. So it's a bit hard, but I was kind of alright at doing it today. Did well. Reversing around the corner. Now the first time we did it, I fluked it and managed to get it right. First time, fairly flawlessly. But this time around, not so much. I think we did it 3 times. The first time was awful. And then the second 2 times after that were actually pretty good. Just sort of refamiliarised myself with the rule of thumb on how to do it. So the general rule of thumb that I was taught was turn the wheel once fully, and then you're in a good enough position to correct yourself if you need it. Turn it more, or sort yourself out if you need to. So once I kind of ingrained that in myself, it was all sorted and fine. And for the bay parking, the first time I did it, I had to have a second go at it because I got it wrong. My problem with bay parking is that I was never any good at colouring, because I couldn't get inside the lines, which is a bit of a problem. But that's what went wrong on the first attempt, and then the instructor said, right, now try it this way around. So you turn your steering wheel all the way around until it locks, and then you're pulling into the
you can get into the space, and then you just sort of correct it as you need it. And I did going left and going right, reversing into a space, and actually, you know what? I'm pretty good once I got that rule of thumb done. For the test, you need to be able to get inside the lines and then straighten up your wheels on the road. You don't necessarily need to be straight in the parking spot. Obviously it's a bonus, but in order to just pass that part of the test, all you need to do is reverse in, get inside the lines and straighten your wheels, so that when you take off you don't just go careering into the car next to you. And that all went really well. The emergency stop, the instructor said I was actually really good at from the beginning. You know the cliche in the emergency stop where they tap the dashboard and then that's your cue to stop. Apparently they don't do that anymore. What they do is they just go, well, what my instructor did was just raise his hand and go stop, like that. And he just slammed the brakes on, followed by the clutch, and it's a bit of a weird sensation at first. You kind of like get all these vibrations up your leg and stuff, and it's like, well, the brakes haven't normally done this. This doesn't feel right. But that's part of it. I was told that my technique for it was actually really good. I'm going to chance it, and you know, did quite well at it straight from the off, which is, you know, really good to hear. It just needs a little bit of tweaking, and then that should be pretty much there. But you're not guaranteed to be asked to do the emergency stop on your test. That's where they get you. You see, you're not guaranteed to be asked to do it, but you know, you're not guaranteed to do a few of the things in the test. You know, for manoeuvres, I think you do 2. And they're just whatever the examiner chooses. So you might really practice your parallel parking and you're reversing around a corner, then you get asked to reverse around a corner and do a 3-point turn in the middle of the road, which you suck at. So, you know, it's a bit unpredictable, but walking away from that lesson feeling pretty damn good, as you can probably tell. The reason why you can tell, sorry, I just had to check the time. The reason why you can tell is because I'm talking about it. Like I've said before, you know, normally I don't. I just kind of go, yeah, it went well, no, it didn't go well. And I'll talk about it if it didn't go well, because then it helps to vent some stuff. Or if it just went okay, it's kind of like, right, just get on with it and move on. And this wasn't an okay one, it was a good one, which is great. I think I was having this conversation at this point on the walk home on Sunday. Or, wait, yeah, I didn't come home this way on Sunday, I came home a different way. Because I was walking home with one of the people I work with. It's just started to rain now as well. The rain's been on and off all day today, and I hope it stays off just until I get into Bromley. Then it can rain all at once, and then on the walk home I hope it stops. Because I haven't got a hood on this coat, or indeed underneath this coat. Actually, I do have a hood underneath this coat. This shirt has got a hood. How about that? But I'm not wearing sensible shoes. These Converse, I had to choose that point in time to show my feet. Yeah, these are, they're canvas shoes which let the rainwater in fairly easily, considering the fact as well that now there are giant holes in the side, and also I think there's a hole emerging in the sole. Yeah, my shoes are having an existential crisis of religion. I've got a hole in my soul and I don't know what to fill it with. It's quite ironic actually, because I'm coming up to a nunnery. It's a good day when you have your box of generic fast food chips and you get a potato wedge.
Who knew escalators were so confusing? Me and Liam have been up and down these things too many times that it's now embarrassing, because we can't work out where we're supposed to be or where we're supposed to get off. And now I don't even know where he is. Are we sure now? Yeah. Before I take the step. Right. This is not level 2, by the way. With like, you said level 2.
Yeah, that's what I said on the thing, but you know.
This is 4.
Yes, I know. Coincidentally, it's the top level. What I told you. Come on. Come on now, spit spot.
Hey, don't you call me Spit Spock?
Up you.
Alright. We didn't even need those escalators. We're somewhere else.
Oh yeah, I enjoy mind fucking with you.
Oh, which one's it going to be?
I don't know.
My bet's on the right one.
Everybody's waiting here. I should be back.
They actually don't look like they're coming. I'm coming with you. Oh, we survived! That one.
You can have them.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Suffering from vertigo, are we, people? Oh, we are now. Well done, Viva the Photo, free branding for you. Hello everyone, it is Wednesday today. I'm not too sure what the date is, just let me check. 19th, Wednesday 19th February. How are we all? I hope everyone's doing alright today. I am doing fine. Oh my god. Oh, that's coming along really nicely. They're building like this sort of housing estate right here. And it's looking quite nice in there. Which is awesome because they've been doing it for a few years now. And it's starting to come together, which is really cool. Anyway, yes, today I'm on my way to have my hair dealt with, which is why it looks a little bit more scatty than usual. So I haven't done anything with it because it's all going to get cut off. Not all of it. Not all of it, don't worry. Yeah, just kind of felt it was time. I think it's getting a little bit long. I mean, even though, you know, my hair's been longer than this, and my hair's been longer than you guys have seen it as well. Let's just say the length of the hair on my driving license photo is a bit questionable. Yes, so just felt like it's getting perhaps a little bit too long. I just want the length taken down a little bit. Because I think it's pretty much hitting that time to move across the road, because I don't trust that lorry to do what they're doing properly. Mind you, he stops now. I don't know. I think he's just pulling over a little bit, taking up the whole pavement. So I'm going to move over to a different part of pavement. But yeah, we're going to have my hair cut, and then when I get home we'll have to see what the rest of the day holds, because I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with the rest of my day. I know this afternoon not this afternoon, this evening, one of the assistant managers at O'Neill's, he's having a couple of drinks for his birthday, at O'Neill's of course, so probably going to go along to that for a little while, maybe, and just, yeah, we'll see what happens throughout the rest of the day. I think that's my plan for the evening. No real plans for the rest of the day though, so we'll have to see what happens. It depends if my sister's in, because obviously my sister's on half term. If my sister's out, then get my drums out. If she's in, then I'm gonna have to find something else to do. I can't record either, so I don't know. It's all a bit up in the air at the moment. I am nervous when it comes to talking to people. Just thought I'd start off on this tangent. I am, and I know I am, and the reason how I know I am is because when I'm talking to people, I am very aware of the fact that I am, you know, touching my face, holding onto my neck, scratching my nose or whatever. I'm just generally kind of fidgeting to, I guess, take my mind off of it. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to not do it so often, but I am very aware that it is something that I do, and I don't really know why. I mean, part of it just because partly I guess because it just feels weird if you just kind of stand there with your hands by your sides, like just talking like this, you know, just da-da-da. And it feels more natural to kind of da-da-da-da and throw your arms around. But when I'm like, spend time talking to people like that, just kind of do that and all that sort of thing. Don't really know why. I'm sure there's some body language experts out there who can help me out on that. Ah well, and there we go. Simple as that. Incidentally, with regards to what I was saying earlier, if you're ever in a position where you need to practice talking to people, go and have your hair cut, because obviously it's their job to chat.
So even if you're rubbish at talking to people, go and have your hair cut, because they'll talk to you, they'll ask you the questions, all you need to do is answer. As simple as that. So that's my top tip, go and have your hair cut. Simple. So that was today. Haircuts, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and but yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog here for today. Yes, like I said, I think I'm gonna go out for a couple of drinks later for my assistant manager's birthday. But I'm gonna end the vlog here for vlogging today. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. No plans for tomorrow whatsoever. So we shall have to see what the day brings before we decide what we're going to do. So I shall see you tomorrow. All right. Wonderful. See you then. Bye bye. It is Thursday, the 20th of February. How are we? Hope everyone's doing all right today. I've been spending quite a bit of time watching this thing going on Twitch, www.twitch.tv/twitch.tv/twitchplayspokemon. I'm sure you may have heard about it. Basically, what it is the online Twitch community are playing Pokemon. All of them who are watching it are playing it. Which sounds kind of odd, I know. The way it's working is they have this sort of software or this code that's been written whereby using the chat on Twitch you can type in button commands and then they will happen in game, if that makes sense. So you can type in up and then a couple of seconds later you move up on the screen. And basically what it is 50-odd thousand people trying to play one game of Pokemon at the same time. And it's kind of infuriating to watch, but also really entertaining. I quite enjoy it. You know, there's nothing more satisfying than, you know, when I first joined the stream, I first started watching it. I watched it for about 20 minutes, half an hour, and in those 20 minutes and half an hour, they were wandering around outside Mount Moon. By the end of that half an hour, they hadn't made it into Mount Moon. That was at about 8 o'clock in the morning. I then check it again at around 5 o'clock in the afternoon that same day. They had just made it out of Mount Moon. So it took them the majority of a day to get through it, which shouldn't happen. Constant playing, I might add. The thing's been going for about 7 days now, and so far they're in Lavender Tower. It's taken them 7 days constant playing to get to Lavender Tower, which is mad. It's infuriating, but it is entertaining, and it's so satisfying when you see them playing for, you know, when you see them, they have been playing for half an hour, and then finally they get into that one tile wide hole that leads into Mount Moon, or they can spend 10 minutes trying to not heal your Pokemon, because what happens is everyone types in their commands in response to what they're seeing on the screen. So a lot of people go, right, okay, well we need to go into Mount Moon, right, I press up, as do 4,000 other people. So then you spend all this time moving up. Some people are clever and say right, and then you write for a little bit and you get stuck, and it's, like I say, infuriating but entertaining. I'd advise people just to check it out, you know. But like I say, it's been going for 7 days, 10 hours, 6 minutes and 44 seconds, and they're in Lavender Tower. So, you know, I imagine they're going to be going for quite a while. I reckon by around April we should hopefully be on Cinnabar Island. That's a long way off. Talking of which though, how would people feel about me playing Pokemon for the channel? I don't know whether I should or not. Thinking about it, but I don't know if it's worth doing or not. Maybe in the future. Because I think the thing about Pokemon is it's a good game if you can get the interaction there. So, you know, if we can we can get some comments going down below in videos and stuff about what to do from each episode and things like that, that'll be useful. You know, which Pokemon should I catch, which way should I head, and stuff like that. So that's why I think we'll wait a little while till we've grown a bit bigger, because at the moment I don't think there's enough of you out there, nor enough of you commenting out there, to make it worth doing. So we'll get there eventually. For now, I've got too many games to get through for now anyway, so it'll be a long way off anyway. I mean, I think I've got like a list of 7 or 8 games, and that list isn't getting any smaller. Good games just keep coming up and jumping the list, like Jazzpunk, you know, so we shall have to see. We shall have to see. For the future, maybe. Oh, that's the 7th time they've tried to use HM1 in this fight. Oak's getting pretty bored of going, no, this isn't the time to use that. I think he's also getting pretty bored of going, no, you cannot run from trainer battles. It's maddening, but funny. Hi there, it's Friday, and you might have guessed, I'm topless again, which means one thing, or 2 things. It either means it's very hot in summer, which it certainly isn't, or it means I'm about to redo my hair, which it is. So I shall probably see you a little bit later on, when it is done, because it's going to take a while. So there we are. It's admittedly not a lot different, I don't think anyway. And the reason for that is because I kind of aborted halfway through. Just doing a quick check, because I didn't realise that it was permanent rather than semi-permanent, and it was a new weird way of applying it that I didn't know how to do, wasn't very comfortable doing, and it started to go everywhere, and like I said, it's permanent. So I thought, you know what, never mind this, just wash it off, then wash the like the bath and stuff, just make sure that anything that's dripped on anywhere is gotten rid of before it stains. But you know, it's kind of, you know, it's a different colour. How long it lasts, I'm not going to be too sure about. I mean, obviously it's permanent, but I don't know if that depends how long you leave it to develop for. So we'll see. But it's not too bad, I don't think. But yeah, I'm working later on tonight, so I'll probably see you around then. I'll let you know how things go and stuff. For every good occasion, there has to be a come down, and I am on mine right now. I've just been at work, as I think I mentioned earlier. That wasn't the problem. Had a good shift, which is fine. The issue, I think, is, as it normally is, myself. Walking home at the moment, I realise, as I often do, I've realised that once again I have too much to do and not enough time to do it in. But I don't really. I'm all right. The problem is, first of all, I want to have a go at as many different things as I can. I want to get as much out of life, I guess, as I can, and that means that I want to do many different things, and that's what I'm doing. But they're conflicting with each other now. Conflict? they're clashing with each other now. It's getting to the point where more and more often I'm having to not neglect, but that's the word that's going to be used. I'm having to quote unquote neglect one of my jobs to do the other, which of course impairs my performance in that job because I'm trying to do well at the other one, but I don't really, because nothing wins, you know. And I almost need to stop trying to add as many strings to my bow as I can and just shoot with what I have, really. It's not a bad thing, it's just every now and then I fall apart. No, every now and then it becomes a problem. Sorry for that little outburst, it's just every time I hear the phrase every now and then, I can't resist going, I fall apart. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm trying to work out what I want to do, where I want to be, and it's tough. I'm a bit of a rambler when it comes to my future, because I don't really know, never have known, really. I don't know where to aim for. It's a rubbish way of doing things, because you kind of go, like my trajectory has kind of been, okay, I want to be a teacher, I want to teach English, no, I want to teach science, no, I want to teach drama, no, I want to be a lawyer, actually no I don't, I want to be an actor, hey, I want to be a technician, I want to be a stand-up, I want to... And it changes far too often. I'm not saying it's changed now, but it probably will. You know, I'm going to be a couple of months or so into my current ideal job, and then I'm going to go, I've had enough of this, I want to do something else. And that frustrates me. I want to be able to, like, set my sights somewhere on a fixed point so I can move in that direction, rather than get in there and then deciding that actually that's a better place to go and heading somewhere else. It does bug me. I need a point to aim for, and every time I have a point to aim for, it then shifts when I get ready to go for it. Like, I just need to, I don't know what I need to do, I'll be honest. I don't know what I can do. The stuff that I want to do seems unattainable, which again isn't good. You're kind of setting yourself up for failure if that's your perspective on it. But these things just feel outside of my reach. Like at the start of the year, for instance, there was, I don't know if you remember, I was quite excited about a future job opportunity with with a fella for to be like a pyrotechnician and a technical assistant and stuff like that on concerts and things like that. And you know, I was really excited, really good and happy and ready to go for it, and that appears to have dried up. That's not to say I've given up, but you know, you just kind of have that thing of, well, it's a nice idea, but maybe there's something else. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where I want to be, what I want to be doing, who I want to be. I'm floating, basically. Well, way to ruin the mood. I'm just floating, and I always have. Just kind of drifting around, letting the world breeze past while I try and work out where I am. And I have no idea. I don't know where I kind of slot in. This is very existential. I've been having my existential crisis for years now. But, like, I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, everyone has their kind of aspirations. I want to do this. I want to achieve this by this age. I want to work for the rest of my life doing this. I want to help people, whatever they are. You know, everyone around me seems to have them, and they're on their way there. But I'm not travelling towards mine because I don't know what they are, and I never have, really. I don't feel like I know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't even know the vague area I'd like to end up. You know, you can give it all the planning in the world and say I want to be an astronaut, but you may never make it that far. You might make it as far as working in an observatory, but at least you're in the right area. I don't know what my area is. And do you know what I mean? I don't want this to sound too kind of philosophical, or, you know, like I'm having a crisis, but it's just it's just me venting frustration. I'm frustrated because I just don't see how I fit in to anything. How can I preface that by saying I don't want this to sound existential, and then say that, because that's exactly what it is. But I don't know, I feel disconnected sometimes. It's gone dark because the nearby lamppost has gone out. I just kind of feel, like I say, disconnected from people, the world, myself, and I don't know how to make those connections. I don't know how to work out who I am and what I want. Then I don't know how to position that and myself in my surroundings with my peers, just kind of floating around. Some would argue that that's a great way to be. You know, you're not tied down to anything, you know, whatever, but you kind of got to be floating around in the right way. You know, you've got to drift from place to place that, you know, and these places are places that you want to be. You know, what I feel like I'm doing is I'm just aimlessly drifting, just going wherever I'm being taken to, which is anywhere, which is not good.
You know, I kind of wonder what. No, I don't want to go down that road. Really, no. Forget it. Do I? Oh, right. No, forgetting it. I sometimes wonder what kind of an impact I would make. You know, what would people say about me? What do people say about me at the moment? But kind of more importantly, what would they say? You know, when it comes down to it, hundreds of years down the line, and someone's walking through a museum of people who have existed, and they get to me and they go, what would be on my plaque? Jesus Christ, use the whole road, why don't you? And indicate. Bloody pedestrian drivers. No, but like, what would my little plaque say? You know, there'd be paramedics and stuff saying, this man saved people's lives. Or teachers. You know, this is not healthy. But I do wonder, you know, I wonder what sort of impact I have made and will make. Because the honest opinion, the first opinion that comes to my mind is, it wouldn't be a very big one. Because you kind of have to know what you're going to be impacting to change it. And this goes back to what I'm saying. I don't know where I'm at and where I'm going to be. So I don't know how I can change things. I'm not talking about, you know, changing the world and revolutionising science or causing world peace. I don't mean that. I just mean like changing my world. And I don't know how to do that because I don't know where mine sits. Which, you know, wraps back round to the start. With me trying to do as much as I can to try and find where I'm supposed to be at as quickly as I can. But it's not happening. I'm unsure of where I want to be, and in doing many things to try and work it out, I'm burning myself out, as usual. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy, I think. No, I'm happy. I'm at a good point in my life. I have nothing to be really depressed over, nothing major. I mean, this is kind of major, I guess, but I'm in a good place, you know. I'm a fortunate person. There's a lot of people out there who aren't as fortunate as I am, you know, and I know that, but I just I wonder whether it's sometimes whether it's just a mask, whether I put on this kind of cheery, happy, positive person, which I am. I am, but is it just a front that I put on? Is it... That was some interruption. Is it just a front that I put on and have now managed to convince myself of? You know, am I actually a really upset, depressed person? But I'm unaware of it. I've convinced myself of this happy and nice existence when I'm not. This is not. I don't know. This sounds like everything that I would hate to hear if I was watching someone else on YouTube do a vlog and they started talking about this. I'd be sat there going, oh my god, get over it. And I don't want it to sound like that, but I don't know. I don't know myself very well at all. And that's concerning. After 21 years of being me, I would have thought I would know me. But do I? You know, I don't feel like I do, really. I'm not sure. I know the things like, oh, he's 5'11", likes pizza but doesn't like cheese for some weird reason, has green eyes, can wiggle his ears, can lick his nose. I know all that stuff that no one really gives a toss about, but I don't know any of the information about myself that makes a person. This is not the way I imagined that this vlog would end. But I don't know. Even if it sounded horrible, even if it's unbearable for me to listen to, it's, as usual, it's good to vent it a bit. It's good to blow the gasket a bit. Because I don't do it. I don't talk to people really about how I'm doing. I'm far better off, not better off, far happier to let them talk about their problems and for me to try and help them with theirs than I am for them to get involved with mine. It's the way it's always been. I don't really like... My God, it terrified me. I don't really like bringing people in to my situations. But it's different for some reason with vlogging. I've said it many a time before. And I think it's just the simple fact of I know I can, in a sense, take all this back if I choose to, I can just edit it out and it's never seen. I don't know. Thank you for listening and for watching. I will see you tomorrow for the start of the next vlog. Tomorrow's Saturday, I'm not teaching, but we are working in the evening at O'Neill's, so a call. Sorry, pigeons. So I'll see you at some point tomorrow, and I'll let you know how things go, and I'll let you know if I manage to find some greater purpose. Oh. See you tomorrow. Oh, my voice cracked all sorts there. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.